That's better. Bit wonky though.
Seems to be.
Sorry.
That's okay.
It's my OCD.
Listen, we've all got it. We've all got it, Tom, doesn't matter. Good afternoon, everybody. It's Darren from Jace Media Music, and tonight, or this afternoon, I'm in the garage, and I'm joined by a couple of the boys from Mason Hill, who are making a second triumphant return to Glasgow after being here in November. And I'm obviously joined by the leader of the pack, the guy that's keeping these boys in check, Tom, and I'm here with the 6-string shredder, young James. Guys, absolute pleasure to see you. Ron, a great pleasure to meet you, buddy.
Absolutely.
So, it's been a minute. It's been a bit of a minute. Does it feel strange being back on stage? Does it feel that you might maybe not get to this point?
Strange. I think I don't think it's strange. If anything, it's the opposite. It feels natural again. Like it feels like we never had any time off.
Yeah.
So as soon as we came, so when we did our first 2 shows in November,
Yeah.
as soon as we got into the first venue, which was in London, it just felt like, oh right, yeah, this is just like before.
What you're supposed to be doing. Yeah. What you're supposed to be doing.
It was more just the anxiety and the anxious feelings of how will it go and what do we need to redo or relearn and get used to doing it again.
Yeah.
But I think we're starting to get that now. So far, with the 2 shows we did in November, and now this will be the 5th one of this tour tonight. So we're looking at, what's that? 7
shows.
gigs. We've done 6 so far at this point.
7 tonight.
7th tonight, and I think it's very quickly improving gig to gig, and we're getting better, and we're starting to notice things. Oh, we'll tweak that, or we'll change this. We won't say that. We won't say this. We'll put that song there, and it's starting to just fall into place very quickly. So
now you've obviously got a wee shift in direction of genre of music. Was that something that you and the boys sat down and said, we need to do it? Or is it something that felt natural?
So it was never a sit-down discussion of we're going to change our sound. I think even before Tom joined, the songs musically that I was coming up with were already going a certain way, just naturally through evolving and liking to write heavier riffs, or maybe not every song needs a solo. On the upcoming album there's plenty of solos, but it's just not every song needs it. And I was trying to replace it with maybe a different approach to a song. Because if I'm sitting, I don't know how many songs I've ever written musically, at least, but you don't want to do the same thing every time. It's like having, you eating your dinner, you don't have the same meal every night, So it just naturally, over time, got there. And then when Tom joined, Tom just was the last piece of that puzzle. And then Tom started to guide me further into, I could try this now or that. And then likewise with Tom, and we found our jam on how we kind of do songs. We've got a few different methods. And we're just, we don't ever, there's not one point where we say we need a song that sounds like this. No. Something just happens. Either Tom will send me an idea, I'll send Tom ideas, and then we just start to, whatever excites us.
Put it together.
Of it, we've made many demos that have been sitting there for, ever since Tom joined, that we haven't gone back to yet. So it's just when we feel it, it happens. So everything we're playing is as natural as it gets. It was never a conversation.
Nothing's been forced in the process.
It's not forced. It wouldn't be very true to ourselves, and we wouldn't enjoy that anyway.
So. No, because you don't want to try and be pigeonholed into doing something that doesn't feel right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how did you come about joining this bunch of scallywags? What kind of drew you to the boys?
I think I really wanted to get back into the just performing live, and I was doing some bedroom jamming and writing, not really putting it out into the world, but I kind of wanted to get back onto stage, wanted to get back into rock and metal and stuff, and started looking on some of the musician job sites that are out there, like Join My Band and stuff like that. And then last resort was on Gumtree, skipping through the ads, sort of 14th page, saw the poster that they put out for the audition, and just sent a few things over via email. Didn't hear anything for a while, and then Matt got back to me.
Yeah, they like that. They don't really like to have reply to you.
Yeah, it was,
I take no involvement with emails.
Keep them keen.
come up with riffs. Everything else out of my that's not my lane.
But it was good. Matt, sent me some bits across to say, try singing over this. So I sent them, Against the Wall, I think it was, verse and the chorus.
Yeah.
And then got sent some of the demos that they were working on for album 2 at the time, and I wrote some things over the top of it, sent it back. I think you liked what I'd kind of written, because I think my voice is more suited to kind of where we're going. Love the old stuff, but it kind of reaffirms that this was the right decision when I started to hear some of the new stuff that James was working on, and I think when I came into the sort of fold and James was like, this is the direction we're headed in, it's evolved so drastically since then as well. But again, nothing forced. It's just two writers coming together and we found this new sort of sweet spot.
I think that's probably the best way, that if it's just neutral, it happens because it's supposed to happen, not going, we need to try and make this happen because this is where we need to be. And it always goes wrong. Exactly. So I guess that just doing it felt natural for you boys. I'd obviously done your 2 singles that you've put out, and immediately you can tell there's a heavier feel to it. There's an industrial side to it, and as a reviewer and an interview and stuff, it is a different vibe to what you used to. But I guess for me, it's like I still know the boys from I knew 9 years ago, and stuff like that. Because my boy used to go to school with young Craigie, and stuff like that, and and we got to know the boys quite well. And to me, they're still Mason Hill.
100%.
And I think that's the thing. If you go, oh, not really sure about this new Mason Hill, it's the same Mason Hill. It's just a different direction was needed to make you guys into the unit that you are today, and I think that's more important.
And your influences and your inspirations, they all change as you get older, and more modern things come out, and people are trying different stuff, and certain different aspects of that appeal to you from a writer's perspective anyway.
It's all subjective too. Most people that are into like guitar-based music, heavy rock or metal, whatever it may be, they tend to like different variations of that genre of music. And I think we're still there's elements of the new songs. Obviously, there's only 2 songs out so far with Tom singing.
Yeah.
But all the others, there's still clear elements that have the same. What's the word I'm looking for?
It's the key ingredients.
Ingredients that
mixture.
It's still me sitting in a room coming up with riffs. It's just what is exciting me a bit more, because I wouldn't sit down now and I wouldn't even be able, even if someone said, "Oh, we missed the old sound" or something. I wouldn't even be able to go into a room and redo anything similar because that's not me anymore. I think another thing as well, just there's been so much time that's gone by. That album that we did, many of those songs ended up on that album from some of the ideas came when I was 18. So I'm not the same guy, I'm not the same guitar player. I wouldn't be able to even try and do an identical album, So
of course.
It's just, again, the natural thing, just trying to be true to it and keep it so that it excites us, because you've got to sit in a room first of all and be like, oh, yeah, I want to take that further to the point that you're in a studio recording it, to the point you're on stage playing
I want to do
so.
this, and this is what I want to do. This is why I want to do it.
It's
I totally get that. So, moving swiftly on, albums done, completed. Do we have a title? Can you tell us?
I don't think
can
we
you
do.
give me?
No.
Can you get?
No, we're in the final stages of actually figuring that out.
Right.
But that will be figured out essentially within the next few weeks, and we're aiming for this year. So yeah, the thing is, all of this has been done in such a right, we've recorded, now we need to go and gig it. Now, you know what I mean?
Lightning speed.
It's constant. So the album thing, we just wanted to get into a studio and make sure we could record something that we were happy with. Everything that's coming after is now just starting to be discussed. So we've not even gone that far.
We would have loved to have been out already. But I think
just wait.
You've got to take time. You've got to make it right.
And some of the songs that are on this album, some of the best songs, only happened weeks before we were actually in the studio. They just and finished in the studio as well. So
of course.
we kind of got it. We're at. Just
Well, there.
we're where we are now, but we couldn't have got there any further for sure.
And we're now thinking about the next one too. Like we want to keep the
momentum.
We want to keep it going.
Yeah,
we don't want any big long pauses, so we're already starting to think about what we're going to do next.
And what's the plan for you boys for this year? You've obviously done your mini UK tour. You've got a couple of festivals, I take it.
Yeah, but I think the main thing for us is just taking the time to just learn how to craft the gig again.
Yeah.
So this is all like, as I said earlier, this will be our 7th gig total tonight, and we're improving each night, and I think that's all we really want to do this year. We're not going out guns blazing like, oh, we want this, we want that. I think in some cases we don't even feel like we're ready for certain shows.
Yeah.
So we're like, this tour's been great to allow us the chance just to get back to being a band.
It's a year of building. 2026 is a year
What's
of building.
what's the crowd reaction been for your 5 shows, or your 6 shows? Sorry.
Well,
it's been great.
The first 2 were a little bit tough for various reasons, just being new to it.
Oh, last year's ones.
Yeah, there was illness. The ones in November. There was illness in the band. It was the first time we were back on stage, so they were a bit rusty. But again, we've used that experience. We started on Tuesday in Manchester, and that went great. So ever since that night, each night has got better. Even if something could go wrong with the sound, right? Us on stage, we've got the confidence again to
go through it, and
you see little bits happen on stage where we're like, oh, 2 seconds. I mean, the other night, I started the last song because we're still playing Against the Wall.
Yes.
I started that song on a clean tone, and then I was like, oh, do I just press the button and just join in? I went, no, fuck that. So I stopped the song and went, hang on, let's restart that. And I think people like to see that stuff anyway. They like to see that's real and it's live.
Because if it runs and people go, this is too polished, it's like, but there's no breaks, there's nothing happening.
But the answer to the question is the crowd reaction. This is the first time we've been able to actually get in and amongst people after the shows at merch or whatever, and we can talk and hear what people are saying.
Yeah.
And all I'm hearing is the people at least that I approach are saying that obviously they liked the original stuff that we were doing at the start, but they like this new sound. They like that it's a bit different. I've had people say, well, I wouldn't have wanted to listen to the same thing stuff again, or a singer to come in and just replace the former singer. Yeah. People are enjoying the fact we've gone slightly
in a different direction with a heavier sound,
still with the riffs and solos, and
it's still Mason Hill. You know, you're joining the party, but it's still Mason Hill. You know, it's not Tom and Mason Hill.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
He's definitely taken that spot. Yeah. As the front man, like when you see Tom on stage tonight, he's like filling in that hole
that was left. Yeah, which was left.
And he's controlling the crowd and he's leading the songs. So
I think that's what you need for a front man, that obviously can take control of you guys and when he wants you to come in, because obviously he's got to be right when he's taking the song forward, you know.
And not everyone has that confidence.
No,
just turn
of course
it on.
They don't. No, of course they don't. But I'm really looking forward to tonight. This will be the first I've seen the new Mason Hill, if you like.
2.0.
yeah, Mason Hill 2.0.
Yeah, that's what we call it.
But that's good, and I wish you every success, and I hope that this year you get everywhere you want to get to. You know, the album comes out and you take it forward, and we get to album 3. Yep. And I'll be sitting here next year, and I'll be like album 3.0. Yep. If I'm still here, and we can have a wee giggle about that and stuff, and chat about the future for Mason Hill.
Sounds good.
Boys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Have an absolute stonking show tonight. Nice hometown show. Get the crowd eating at the palm of your hand, Tom. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you bring to the party, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Guys, this is Darren from Jace Media Music in conversation with Tom and James, 2/5 of the Mason Hill juggernaut that's going to take Glasgow by storm tonight. If you get a chance to come down and see the boys. It's a party not to be missed. Take care, boys.
Thanks so much.
Excellent.
Cheers, appreciate that, mate.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Let's get a wee picture.